Click the first link in the description for the best Askreddit content. Today I fucked up by making a Reddit post that indirectly revealed my mother's massive secret. Original post. First off, I honestly do not expect anyone to believe this. Hell, my post not being believed in the first place is what got me this life-changing news. Second, I'm on mobile, so please forgive me. I'll start from the beginning. I uploaded the message exchange between me and my biological father, John Doe. Uploaded it because I thought it was hilarious that after 25 years he is requesting my feet size after never speaking to me or making an effort to contact me. My biological father left my mother when I was 2-year-old and she was pregnant with my now brother. We never seen him again since. This text exchange was a few years back and I thought it would give people a laugh on this subreddit, so I uploaded it and it gained a good amount of attention. Understandably, people reported this as fake/satires, so the mods locked it until I provided evidence that this was actually real. I wasn't sure how to prove this man was my father, so I sent my mother a message saying I'll explain later, but wanted my father's name lol. In the hopes I could send a screenshot of my mum saying John Doe, I also recorded my screen showing the mods that my text exchange was real. The mods unlocked my post as the evidence of the text exchange was enough, and I never questioned why my mum never replied back to my text. Hours pass and I get a hysteric phone call from her, absolutely frantic, shouting, "You know, don't you? You did tests at your work and figured it out. I'm so sorry." I couldn't get a word in edgewise. She was completely erratic. I was replying with, "What are you talking about? Figured out what?" I genuinely could not hear anything except mumbling for at least 10 minutes through the screams and tears. This is when it came out. "You know John Doe isn't your father. That's why you asked me what your father's name was, because you did tests at your work." What the actual fuck? I was never brought up by my mother. I was raised by my grandparents. My mother is an incredibly mentally unwell woman seeking treatment, so I assumed this was some form of an episode, and considering what I do at work is nothing to do with DNA testing, I was obviously very fucking confused. She basically went on to explain that she has been hiding this secret all this time and no one knew except her. Basically, this man who we all believe to be my biological father is potentially not my fucking dad. There's a 50-50 chance. After all of these fucking years of me asking why I look different from everyone else, why I have conditions that are inherited but no one in my family has them. Heck, even when I questioned why my blood type was different from my brother's, even down to my eye color. I am beyond raging at this point. I grew up with zero family. I've never known what a normal family was like. My grandparents raised me because my mother was too young to deal with children, and my father and his family didn't want anything to do with us. All I had was my grandparents, no one else. On the same phone call she also informed me that John Doe is going to die of cancer within the next year. She found this out as my brother is in contact with John Doe's wife. Honestly, you couldn't make this shit up. I asked her if she would have ever told me this information if she hadn't have thought that I found her out by doing tests at my work. She said no, I wouldn't have said anything. I asked her questions and basically she doesn't know who the other man is with the exception of a middle name. My brother is definitely John Doe's son. However, at the present time potentially not mine. I angrily told her that this is her mess and she is paying for a DNA test for me and my brother so that we can see if we are siblings or half siblings. The results came back and there is a 0.28% chance we share the same father. We are not full brother and sister. We are both really broken about this. My grandparents aren't speaking to my mother and it's really caused a divide in our already small family. So, all of this because of a stupid fucking Reddit post. Although I am upset, angry and confused, I'd like to actually thank everyone on that sub who gave attention to my last post, because without you, I wouldn't have found out that I might have an actual father and potential family out there. I was told I should cross-post what happened here, so a summary of the DNA results episodes can be found on my profile. I have been making active efforts to track down my biological father, but I have very little information to go on, so I have bought heritage DNA tests in the hope to try find out who I am and who my potential family could have been. Too long didn't read, made a funny post on a subreddit, post got popular and then locked by mods as they didn't believe it could possibly real. Messaged mother to help get post unlocked, which resulted in her having a breakdown and revealing the person who I made the original funny post about isn't even my biological father. I really hope you find your bio dad and that he's a decent guy. Odds are if you do an Ancestry.com DNA test you'll be matched with at least someone from your paternal family. It might be a second or third cousin or something, but I bet you could track down your bio dad that way, at the very least get a surname to work with. Good luck to you. I really hope after all this you get some good news. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. Thank you very much for your words, I really do appreciate it. It seems like you disagree, but TBH I don't think it really changes anything. If your siblings are still your siblings, they will still treat you the same way and you still have the same relationship with them. The only thing that changed is what you know. You are still the same person you always were and your family is still the same. From what I read, you don't talk to the person you thought was your dad, so you went from effectively not having a father, to effectively not having a father. The person who isn't there just changed. You don't have to agree with me and you're entitled to your feelings, but I really think your relationship with your family will stay the same. Damn, this is straight up some serious movie shit, not gonna lie. I have to second the opinion of the first person. An Ancestry DNA test is probably your best shot of getting in touch with your father's family, and obviously him. I really hope you'll find him up, and hopefully he's a good guy. From how you described the situation, it's possible the man doesn't even know he has a child running around, so who knows, this can be a happy moment for both of you. Tell me about it. There is a trash TV show in the UK called Jeremy Kyle where you find these stories all the time. I never thought I'd end up being one of those individuals on that show, lol. Yeah, I agree. Going to try find some family ancestry. If I can't find them, then no loss. Thanks for the words. Don't let who your biological father is define your course in life. You thought, until now, that your father had abandoned you. You were raised by your grandparents. No matter what, your grandparents still love and raised you. That will not change. Your brother is still your sibling, because the blood in your veins doesn't dictate the bond you two share. I'm not sure what you're looking for by trying to find your biological father, but expect it to be a complete stranger that you'll be finding. Again, the blood in your veins won't dictate how you and he will interact or get along. You accepted your father abandoned you. You accepted your mother's illness. Don't look for something you aren't missing. Now is the time to get even closer with your grandparents. Thanks for the words, dude. I appreciate it. My grandparents are absolute gold. Despite not growing up with the generic mum and dad, they are effectively my mum and dad and wouldn't have wished it any other way. What a journey. Thanks for sharing. Can't imagine what you're going through, but I hope you don't let it change your relationship with your sibling. That bond goes far deeper than a shared sperm donor. You're totally right, family isn't all about blood. Appreciate your words. Today I fucked up by exclaiming this is bullshit in my calculus Zoom class. Today was my 5th dreadful day of online classes during my high school's temporary lockdown, and there's no question that I prefer in-person learning. I have trouble concentrating and focusing on things, and not being physically in a space dedicated to learning while being held accountable by my peers and teachers makes it difficult for me to absorb any information. There's also something about online work that makes it feel much longer than work that we'd get in in-person school, plus it's a lot harder to figure out what you need to have done for class, for me at least. I have a job at a Brookshire's grocery store down in TX, LA for those that don't know, as well, so sometimes I have to work a little fast to get everything done by 4, which is when my shifts start. Yesterday was one of those days. I was working on my math homework and either didn't see one of the assignments or didn't update the class feed. I was pretty frustrated when I came into class this morning and saw that there was something else we needed to have done before class. I wasn't mad at my math teacher, of course, but at the online school situation, because this situation wouldn't have happened if we were still attending school in person. In fact, my math teacher is so good that she teaches all of the AP math classes at our high school, and I often tell people she is the best teacher at our school. So I asked her a question about when she posted it and forgot to mute my mic afterward. She said that she had it posted yesterday, so I turned my chair away from my computer screen to check if I had it one last time. Of course it isn't there, and I don't know what possessed me to be so mad over 10 out of all of our daily assignments, but I loudly exclaimed, "This is bullshit," in front of the entire class. It was kind of silent for about 2 to 3 seconds. I didn't even realize I was unmuted until my math teacher said, "Excuse me?" I apologized. It was really just a bunch of incoherent random words about it and told her what happened. She seemed to understand, but I was still very embarrassed. It was the worst because she is my favorite teacher, and I hated that I said what I said unmuted. Later I sent her a second apology about it just to let her know I was mad at myself, and my words were not in any way directed toward her. The whole situation was so incredibly embarrassing. Too long didn't read. I was mad because I didn't have an assignment ready for calculus and exclaimed a profanity without knowing I was unmuted. Man, working for Brookshire's is brutal. I went to college in the same town where their HQ is. Say it's the dog, it works every time when I fart for me. Accidents happen. Good on you for apologizing straight away, even a second time afterwards though. Sincerity right there. It can be easy to get mad or frustrated about missing assignments, especially if it will affect your grade. Don't beat yourself up about it. The most important thing is comprehension of the subject and ability to transfer it into other work. This is truly a bruh moment. Today I fucked up. I, 23M, took acid with my best mate and ended up sucking off his dad. Throwaway account for obvious reasons. This took place 8 months ago when me and my best mate from school decided to do acid, not our first time, in his parents' basement. We had a great time listening to music, and after 2 hours or so we went to the kitchen to get some water and jelly beans. In the kitchen his dad was having a late night snack, so we started chatting, making jokes, etc. At one point all 3 of us decided to have a joint in the basement, so the atmosphere was all cozy and fun. Before the joint finished my friend got a call and had to leave the house. For some reason, after having a debate with his dad, I felt that there was a very tense sexual air between us, and all I had in my mind was to please this man. For the record, I am not gay. I haven't even kissed a guy in my life. Without getting into more details, as I seriously don't remember so well, I ended up giving head to a 56-year-old man that I knew since I was a kid. I don't actually remember if I managed to finish the job, but the good part is that no friendship was destroyed. We never talked about it, and I plan on not seeing his dad ever again. Too long didn't read. Took acid with my mate at his parents' home and ended up giving head to his dad because I felt connected telepathically. Edit, for the 2 people that requested a picture of the dad to see if he's handsome. Please stop. Later edit, never in my life have I thought I had to prove people I've sucked a dick. Later edit, I've read all your comments and I feel that posting this was the worst idea I ever had. I will agree with the majority of you guys that say I might be gay because drugs didn't make me do it. I do not know, and me posting this made me have a think about this. I just feel odd now, thanks. You're living proof that drugs actually do make you gay. More like he's secretly gay and he doesn't know it. You may think you're not gay, but bro, you sucked a dude's wang. You're gay for life. Really though, if you're not totally grossed out by it and don't feel like he took advantage of you, then chalk it up to just one of those things you did on drugs in your 20s. No harm, no foul. Today I fucked up equals totally invented fictional untruth. LSD has never made me want to suck another man's penis. What the fuck? I've done a lot of different shit and none of it remotely made me want to put a dick in my mouth. Except poppers, but I like dick so I'm not sure it was necessarily causal lol. Dafuk.